So we finally got some new information on crossplay for the PS4 edition, and I'm not gonna lie, this information got me triggered. It's probably gonna get some of you guys heated as well because Sony seems to not know what they want to do, and they seem to not care either, and that sort of upsets me because I've been playing a PlayStation since before I could even ride a bike, since I was like 5 years old. So I've been on PlayStation for a long time. I've been supporting them since I was a kid, like a little kid. So for them to not care about the community, their fans, it's sort of a slap in the face to everybody that's been supporting Sony for countless years, including the developers that have been asking for crossplay for their games, game developers like Fortnite and Minecraft and Rocket League, and even games that haven't even been released yet, like Red Dead Redemption. You know, a lot of games want crossplay between Xbox and PlayStation and the Switch. And Sony's like, no, we're too good. So I have some brand new details, guys, on crossplay. These were just released not too long ago, so I'll read this article. And I'm not gonna lie, this article is pretty interesting, but at the same time, it's sort of disappointing. So I'm gonna be going over all the details momentarily, but if you guys can do me a quick favor and go ahead and ninja punch that like button, especially if you would like to see crossplay between Xbox, PlayStation, and the Nintendo Switch. And don't forget to hashtag Stealth Army, because you already know we out here replying to every single subscriber in today's video. With that said, let's go ahead and jump straight into this video. So I will have a link in the description for those of you who want to check out this article, and here's what the title says. Sony CEO says PS4 will not have cross-play platform play. Now, I have read plenty of other articles in the past talking about cross-play between Xbox and PlayStation and Switch, and every time it seems like Sony changes their minds. Sometimes they're thinking about adding crossplay, sometimes they said they're listening to the community and they're going to figure out something that will please everybody, and it seems like just at this point Sony's just coming up with lies upon lies, and they'll say anything to just please everybody without actually taking any action. But this time, it looks like we finally have an answer, which is that Sony doesn't really care about crossplay. And here's what the article says. Sony has been under fire for a while now due to the fact that they don't allow crossplay on the PS4. Unlike their competitors, Microsoft and Nintendo both allow crossplay on their consoles. Now, Sony did confirm that they were looking into crossplay a while back, but we hadn't heard anything about the situation until now, where Sony CEO Kenichiro Yoshida, speaking at a conference in Berlin, was asked about cross-platform play. Yoshida had this to say on the matter as to why Fortnite would not be getting cross-play on the PS4. Well, it's due to the fact that PlayStation is the best place to play Fortnite. I can't even read this without laughing. That is the most ridiculous sentence I have read in an article in recent memory. That is just ridiculous, but let's continue. On cross-platform, our way of thinking is that PlayStation is the best place to play. Fortnite, I believe, partnered with PlayStation 4 is the best experience for users. That's our belief. But actually, we already opened some games as cross-platform with PC and some others. So we decided based on what is the best user experience. That is our way of thinking for cross-platform. I think competition is always good. Healthy, fair competition is always good for the industry and growth. I think competition with Nintendo and Xbox is a healthy situation. That has to be the lamest excuse I've ever heard of. Like, just reading this, I can't take it seriously whatsoever. Because I don't even know if this is an excuse. Like, is he actually thinking about this himself? Or did he have it, like, written down on a paper when he was saying this? Or was it translated wrong? Because he's Japanese. I'm sure he probably doesn't know English too well. He probably had a translator. But just reading this, it's just absolutely mind-blowing that someone could be this ignorant of their own community. This honestly just baffles me. I really have no words for this. It's so crazy that someone would actually say this with a straight face and actually think this was a legitimate reason. And it honestly concerns me that Sony is this out of touch with their community, with the people that play their games, with the game developers, because the game developers have a lot of options now. Like, they don't have to make games just for PlayStation. They can go somewhere else. They can make exclusives for Xbox. They can make PC exclusives. They can make Nintendo Switch exclusives. And let's not forget mobile. Like, mobile is a huge market now. Sony isn't the only place for games. And the fact that they're just treating game developers like this as well is just mind-blowing, that they could be this ignorant and this out of touch with the industry and with the community. It's like they're purposefully trying to trigger people and just trying to make us even more upset than we already are. Crossplay is so important, not because it's something that helps your competitor, at least that's what Sony thinks. It's because it unites the consoles. It creates a better ecosystem, a more thriving ecosystem, and it mutually benefits everybody. I don't think they understand the word mutual. They're so selfish and stuck up their own ways right now that they're concerned only about making sure Sony profits and nobody else profits. And that is just... it's just selfish, honestly. There's no other way to describe it, and they don't care about who it affects. And I think this is going to have a negative ripple effect in the future when you're looking at the PS5, right? The PlayStation 5 is in the works right now. It might be released in the next 2 or 3 years, and this could definitely have a negative impact on exclusives in the future when PlayStation is trying to get the upper edge. I think this is going to be one of those things that they come to regret in the future, because they didn't take cross-platform or crossplay more seriously. You know, you have the most popular games in existence trying to get crossplay for their fans, for the industry, for the future of gaming. And it's just one of those things that Sony doesn't understand. And crossplay is everywhere. You know, we actually use crossplay in a lot of apps nowadays. Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, you know, Google and YouTube, everything's connected nowadays, and Sony's just the last to be on board. But let me know what your thoughts are down below in the comment section. I'm actually still a little triggered, but I'll be okay, guys. I love you to death. Notification Squad, y'all are the goats, and I'll catch you all in the next video. So take care. Peace.
Yoshi!
On cross-platform, our... On cross-platform, our way of thinking is always that PlayStation is the best place to play Fortnite. Oh, man. Okay. On cross-platform, our way of thinking is always the PlayStation...